Hello, my name is Control Jones and welcome to my YouTube video. Really just gonna give my thoughts on if vaccines causes autism. I know a lot of people have put their input on it. A lot of people like to use, there's no study to make a conclusive statement or an assertion that vaccines don't cause autism. I'm here to challenge the science, the researchers really, to really uphold that through standards and through methodologies that people can look up and see for themselves. If you want public trust, you kind of have to be open with your studies. And looking at the studies, there's no study that shows all the testing that's been done or should have been done, if it was done, to really counter people's mindset that vaccines don't cause autism. So, in my personal belief, do I think vaccines cause autism? Yes and no. I think certain vaccines do. I think other vaccines don't. It just depends on one, what kind of vaccine is it? Is it actually a viral strain of whatever the vaccine is trying to boost you against? Two, or really the main one, are you protected by the divine glory of God? And then three, happenstance, chance. Some has high chances, some has low chances. But I really think number two should be the main focus, the divine protection of God. Some people, pray over things before they receive it, and therefore the negative or the bad things that's supposed to happen won't happen because God has blessed it for it not to happen or has kept it from doing such things. So I'm going to go into, not the religious part, but I'm going to go into just logic of of my statement. I kind of prepared a statement. I want to be more streamlined in my approach. I don't want to just be randomly trying to remember what I said or what I thought. So, looking at all available evidence, it's clear the claim that vaccines don't cause autism lacks the scientific accountability. While large-scale population studies have found no statistical correlation between vaccination and autism diagnosis, no study directly tested whether vaccines influence the specific observed biological mechanisms known to be linked to autism, such as neural migration errors, genetic mutations, or prenatal chemical interference. And if you don't know what those three things are, I encourage you to look them up for yourself, get an understanding of it, and then look for a study that tests for those three things. And you won't find it. At least I haven't, unless it's obviously classified because there were some adverse results they don't want the public to know about. But that's just a theory, not it doesn't have the evidence backing it up. Doesn't mean it's not true, there's just no evidence backing it up. So viruses like rubella, cytomegalovirus, which are biologically related to vaccines via viral components, and I'll actually spell it for you. Rubella is R-U-B-E-L-L-A, and then the cytomegalovirus is cytomegalovirus. That's the cytomegalovirus. I believe it's cyto. But yes, so these are those two viruses which I mentioned. They're related to vaccines via viral components, have been directly observed to cause those very disruptions in fetal brain development, and this makes the refusal to test vaccines along those same pathways an argument that vaccines do cause autism. So again, going through the logic, I'm not trying to be a person who tries to use the Bible and all this stuff all the time, because some people just want to hear the logic in this. And yes, the Bible does back up a very large portion of everything we go through, but getting down to the nitty gritty, I can make an argument using logic, and that's what I'm doing right here. So, and also with the absence of direct testing combined with institutional barriers that discourage such inquiry, that raises some serious concerns, at least for me, about transparency, integrity, and the trust in the scientific and medical establishment. Researchers who attempt to explore these questions risk professional retaliation, limited funding, and public discreditation. That's a discreditation. Basically being discredited, and not for falsifying data, but for challenging a narrative that has not been comprehensively validated by the system, by whoever is in charge of this. Which, if you're a believer in certain things, there's always a hidden entity behind the doors. and we're not going down that pathway. We're just talking about this. So when science silences questions rather than answers them, it ceases to be a tool of truth and becomes a mechanism of control. Until the missing studies are done, the claim that vaccines do not cause autism remains an assertion, not a proven fact. And any doctor who has went to medical school and learn more on this, if you see this video, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but if it's recommended to you and you're a doctor or you're somebody with a medical school at least, please list the actual evidence that's tested those three things I talked about, and show the study for what it referenced to, because I haven't found any. And then basically what I'm saying is, if it was done, it's classified. And so I don't want to create a hysteria that not to trust the science, but I do want to create a place where we have to hold each other accountable. If you're going to tell me to trust you, show me why I should trust you. Don't say I tested these things over here and that is the end all be all. If I say, hey, trust me on knowing this, and you ask me for why I need to trust you, and I can't produce all the avenues of why you should trust me, but only a small portion of it, that means I'm being deceptive intentionally, or I'm just incompetent. And I don't believe the government or people in charge are incompetent. It's called avoidance. And if they found something unfavorable that way, or it could be something else. It could lead to something else. They could be doing something that leads to things that's been done nefariously behind closed doors. I don't know. These are ifs, not facts. All right. So if a government wants to disprove any conspiracy theory, they have to directly counter it with evidence, not call the person crazy. What is this degree? Trying to invalidate their claim, because a degree doesn't validate you. It doesn't. It just means you understood how to do it for 4 years straight, and you then applied it how you was taught. Basically, you're affirming that I know how to be indoctrinated and repeat the steps taught to me. That's all education is. But logic, the ability to use reason and common sense, you can't teach that. I mean, you can teach it, but there's a certain point where you don't teach it, because then those who understand it are not easily manipulated. I'm just saying. So that's all I have for this video. I don't want to keep this video going on just talking about random stuff, but I do thank you. If you watched the end of this video, I do thank you. I appreciate you. Continue on about your day or night whenever you're watching this. Food for thought. Look these things up for yourself. If you disagree with me, put in the comments why. Tell me what you know, how you know it. Hating me and calling me names is not evidence of me being wrong. It's just you're just emotional or offended, if you are offended by this. And if you are, I apologize. This is just educational purposes, food for thought for those who like to think. But yes, again, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you. Thank you, and continue about your day. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.